Have you ever felt that invisible weight, on your shoulders? That constant hum of anxiety just kind of in the background, making every simple task feel like, well, like climbing a mountain. Or maybe it's that tightness in your chest, or the racing thoughts at 3 a.m. We've all been there, right? Feeling totally overwhelmed by life's relentless demands.
Absolutely.
So today, we're taking a deep dive into something really, really important for our overall well-being. We're talking about understanding your specific stress triggers and, maybe more importantly, how to proactively manage them for, lasting peace.
That's the goal.
Our mission here really is to arm you with practical, evidence-based insights, stuff that helps you not just cope when stress hits.
Pretty well.
Which it will, exactly, but to actually identify its roots and cultivate a calmer, more resilient you.
Yeah.
We've sifted through, honestly, a fascinating collection of research for you. Everything from systematic reviews looking at the precise physiological responses to stress to psychological studies exploring the power of emotional intelligence and even practical guides on daily wellness habits. Yeah. It's a real holistic look at this universal challenge.
It really is.
And this isn't about quick fixes, right? It's about getting a deeper understanding of how your mind and your body interact with all the pressures life throws at you. And this is where it gets, I think, truly captivating. Because achieving that real peace, it often starts with truly knowing yourself.
Indeed. And what's truly compelling, I think, from the research we looked at, is how seemingly simple daily practices, things you do every day,
right? Yeah.
But when they're informed by solid science, how they can have such profound, actually measurable impacts on both our physical state and our psychological state.
Measurable, that's key.
Yeah, and this understanding, this foundation, it really empowers you, the listener, to move beyond just, reacting when stress pops up, and instead to truly respond, to consciously choose actions that serve your long-term well-being and actually build genuine resilience over time.
Okay, that's a perfect starting point then. So let's begin by getting really clear on what stress actually is, beyond just a vague feeling.
Yeah, good idea.
Our sources, they consistently define stress as the brain and body's natural response. It's automatic. To any change or challenge or demand, perceived or real, doesn't matter. At its core, it's your body's ancient defense mechanism. That primal fight-or-flight response kicking in when it thinks there's danger or a threat.
Right, the saber-toothed tiger response.
Exactly. It's designed for these short bursts of intense action, helping you escape that tiger.
And this is where the picture really starts to come into focus, While that acute short-term stress is absolutely an essential survival tool, the big concern, the one we really need to address, arises when stress becomes chronic, when it just persists over long periods without enough relief.
Right, it just doesn't switch off.
Exactly. And when it's left unaddressed, this chronic activation, it can lead to these insidious, continuous chemical changes throughout your body. Like your adrenal glands are just constantly pumping out stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline.
You're just flooded with them.
You are. And it isn't just about feeling on edge. It's about this persistent internal fire inflammation. Which is normally your body's protective immune response, right?
Yeah.
But when it's chronically activated by sustained stress, it becomes deeply problematic. It contributes to a whole host of health issues down the line.
Okay.
So this prolonged exposure to high levels of these stress hormones, especially cortisol, it's directly linked to this cascade of serious mental and physical health problems.
Like what specifically?
Well, we're talking about things like central obesity, where fat gets stored around your middle, increasing metabolic risks. It can contribute to high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, because it messes with insulin sensitivity. And it significantly exacerbates mental health challenges like clinical anxiety and depression. So it's really a systemic breakdown.
Systemic, yeah. It's not just one thing.
Not at all. And what's truly fascinating, maybe a bit scary, from the neuroscience perspective, is how chronic stress can actually physically alter the brain's architecture.
Physically change your brain.
Yeah. Research shows that the amygdala, that's like your brain's alarm system, processing threats and fear, it can actually appear larger and more active in people who are chronically stressed.
More sensitive to threat.
Exactly. And conversely, the hippocampus, which is crucial for learning and memory, and the prefrontal cortex, vital for decision-making, impulse control, planning, emotional regulation.
The thinking part.
The executive function part, yeah. They can appear smaller and less effective. So this raises a really important question, doesn't it? How can you effectively think clearly or remember things or regulate your emotions when your brain's actual structure is being subtly reshaped, even diminished by constant pressure.
Right. It makes it so much harder.
It means your default setting becomes reactivity. Calm, considered responses become incredibly challenging.
That makes sense.
And you see the effects in our daily choices too, right?
Huh?
Often these are unconscious attempts to cope.
Like what kind of things?
Well, think about tossing and turning at night, mind racing, can't switch off, then relying heavily on coffee or sugary drinks just to get going in the morning.
Guilty.
We battle those mid-afternoon slumps with sugary snacks, right, for that quick hit. Or we seek solace in junk food, maybe too much alcohol, or just endless scrolling on social media.
Zoning out.
Zoning out, exactly, as a form of escape. These are often what we call maladaptive coping mechanisms. Unfortunately, they just perpetuate the cycle of stress and its negative impacts instead of helping us break free.
So it's like a vicious cycle then. The stress leads to these behaviors, and the behaviors kind of fuel the stress.
Precisely. It digs you deeper.
So what we're really seeing here is it's way more than just feeling stress. It's this profound, systemic reaction affecting your entire being. Hormones, brain structure, everything. And that really underscores the idea that we cannot afford to ignore our stress levels. It's not optional.
No.
And for anyone listening who wants to, take back control, manage stress effectively, the most empowering first step, it's got to be identifying exactly what's triggering it for you personally.
Becoming a stress detective.
Yeah, becoming a detective in your own life. That's a great way to put it. Okay, so building on that understanding of stress's, widespread impact, our deep dive now shifts to a really crucial proactive step, unmasking your unique stress triggers. This is where it gets really interesting, I think. Before we can even talk about mastering stress management, we absolutely need to identify our individual personalized on switches. For our body's alarm system.
Find the button.
Find the button, exactly. Once you know what specifically sets it off for you, you gain this power, the power to disarm it or maybe even prevent it from going off in the first place.
Precisely. And this involves a crucial hands-on exercise, something practical. We call it creating a stress inventory.
Okay, a stress inventory.
Yeah. And it's more than just a quick mental note,
Yeah.
It's about making a comprehensive list, really writing down all the stressors in your life, big and small. And it's not enough just to list them. The real power comes from categorizing them into two distinct groups.
Okay, what are the groups?
Those you have some degree of control over, and those you genuinely do not. This distinction is absolutely paramount. It shifts your focus away from frustration.
Towards action.
Towards agency, exactly.
Right.
What can I actually do?
Okay, so give us some examples. What might be on that list?
Sure. So when you reflect, once you've painstakingly identified and listed them out, the next step is crucial. You select just one or two items from your controllable list, the ones causing you the most significant stress right now.
Just one or two to start.
Yeah, start small, make it manageable. Then you make a concrete, actionable plan to manage these specific stressors. Set a clear, realistic goal, and establish some accountability measures to make sure you actually follow through.
Okay, accountability. How does that work?
Could be telling a friend, setting reminders, tracking your progress, whatever works for you to keep you on track with the plan you've made.
Got it.
And this prompts an important question for all of us to consider, right? How much of your perceived stress is actually within your sphere of influence?
Yeah.
Just waiting for you to take some strategic action. Often it's way more than we initially perceive, especially once we really dig into analyzing the root causes.
Okay, like what kind of root causes?
Well, for instance, a very common stressor highlighted in the research is this tendency to over-volunteer, saying yes to everything.
Oh, yeah. People pleasing.
Exactly. At work, community stuff, family.
Yeah.
You commit to so much that you get behind. The quality of your work suffers. And then that fuels anxiety and guilt.
Vicious cycle again.
Right.
Yep.
So the research suggests that strategically volunteering less or maybe focusing your vital efforts where you can have the biggest, most impactful effect, that can significantly reduce that sense of overload and improve your output quality too.
So it's about being deliberate with your
Being deliberate with your commitments, exactly.
Yeah.
Rather than just passively accepting every request that comes your way.
Okay. What else? Any other root causes?
Another insidious one we often overlook, particularly for those in leadership roles, is poor delegation.
Delegation. Tricky one.
It can be. But if you manage others, delegating effectively is an incredibly powerful, yet often really underutilized stress reduction tool.
How so?
Well, it isn't just about offloading work, right? It means strategically handing off tasks to someone trustworthy and skilled, someone with the right abilities, maybe a willingness to learn what's needed. It's vital to clearly communicate deadlines and expectations right from the start. No ambiguity.
Clear communication.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you should touch base periodically, not to micromanage, that creates stress,
Right.
but to proactively avoid surprises and make sure the work is progressing as planned. And crucially, be firm about boundaries.
Boundaries with delegation.
Yes. This includes not allowing incomplete or substandard work to just come bouncing back to you unnecessarily, because that just shifts the burden back onto your shoulders and makes your overload even worse.
Right. Defeats the purpose.
Exactly. Effective delegation is a skill, and it's one that liberates your time and energy when done right.
This is such a critical concept. I mean, it really highlights that you genuinely have more agency, more control over your stress levels than you might realize.
Much more.
So identifying and proactively attacking your specific stress triggers, especially the ones you can control, that's truly foundational. It's the groundwork for achieving lasting peace and reclaiming that sense of well-being.
Absolutely foundational.
But our deep dive reveals it doesn't actually stop there. Our internal resources, the way we process things, the way we react, they play a massive role too. And that brings us to, well, the fascinating, almost transformative power of emotional intelligence.
Oh, yes. EI.
Yeah.
Crucial piece.
Okay, building on that powerful idea of managing the external stuff, the triggers. Let's unpack this next really profound aspect of stress management.
Let's do it.
Our sources, they reveal this truly fascinating underlying factor in how we handle stress. Emotional intelligence. Or EI, as you said. And this isn't just some, abstract concept about being nice or empathetic. It's actually a profound and practical tool for self-mastery, for resilience.
Yeah.
It dramatically influences our capacity to navigate life's pressures.
It really does. And what's truly compelling here is just how broadly applicable and impactful emotional intelligence is.
Yeah.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, EI, as influentially defined by Daniel Goleman.
Right.
Yeah. It's fundamentally an individual's ability to recognize, understand, and manage their own emotions. And also to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others.
Both sides of the coin.
Exactly. At its core, it's about curbing those negative emotions. Anger, low self-esteem, chronic anxiety, and consciously cultivating positive ones like confidence, genuine empathy, and the ability to build strong, constructive relationships. And it encompasses 5 core dimensions. Each plays a vital role in how we manage stress.
Okay, what are the 5?
So first, self-awareness. This is the foundation. The ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, your strengths, weaknesses, values, goals, and grasp how your feelings impact your thoughts and behavior.
Knowing yourself.
Truly knowing yourself, knowing when you're feeling stressed, not just vaguely off.
Right.
Second, self-regulation. This is the capacity to manage your emotions and impulses effectively.
Okay.
That means you can control those disruptive emotions. You think before you act. You adapt to changing circumstances instead of getting derailed. It's about responding, not just reacting impulsively.
Responding, not reacting. I like that.
Third is motivation. This refers to the drive to achieve goals that goes beyond just external rewards or status.
Intrinsic motivation.
Exactly. Being passionate about what you do, striving for excellence for its own sake, maintaining optimism and resilience even when you face setbacks. Fourth, empathy. This is the skill to truly understand and share the feelings of others, sensing their emotions, understanding their perspectives, taking a genuine interest in their concerns. This helps navigate relationships better, reduces conflict as a stressor.
Yeah, less friction.
Less friction. And fifth, social skills. The ability to manage relationships effectively, build rapport, navigate social networks with ease. This includes communication skills, persuasion, leadership, collaboration, conflict management, all essential for reducing relational stress.
Okay, those 5 dimensions make a lot of sense.
And what's truly remarkable here is how closely these dimensions correlate with how effectively you cope with stress. There was a significant study, involved 265 university students, and it showed their highest EI scores were in motivation and empathy. But more importantly, it found a strong, positive correlation between higher emotional intelligence overall and what are called active coping styles.
active coping styles, what does that mean?
Great question. It indicates that individuals with higher EI are significantly more likely to proactively engage with their stressors rather than just succumbing to them or avoiding them.
Okay, so what's the difference between active and, well, other kinds of coping?
Right. So coping strategies are broadly categorized as adaptive or maladaptive. Adaptive behaviors are the ones where you successfully deal with stressful situations, you minimize danger, and you actively contribute to your overall well-being, health, productivity, satisfaction, growth.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. This includes direct problem solving,
Yeah.
addressing the source of stress head on, and actively managing your emotions constructively, not letting them overwhelm you or lead to avoidance.
Okay, and maladaptive.
Maladaptive behaviors, in contrast, aren't really beneficial in the long run. They might offer temporary relief, maybe.
Like the scrolling or the junk food.
Exactly. But they can actually make it harder for you to navigate your environment. They often involve avoidance or rumination, just going over and over things in your head, or harmful habits like excessive drinking or procrastination.
Right.
And the research clearly showed an inverse relationship between emotional intelligence and these passive, less effective coping methods, meaning the higher your EI, the less you tend to rely on those maladaptive strategies.
That's a really strong link.
It is.
Yeah.
And beyond just direct stress management, the ripple effect of high EI is profound. Emotionally intelligent individuals, they tend to be healthier, happier, demonstrably more adaptable to life's changes. These traits often lead to better academic achievements, stronger career progression, just overall greater life satisfaction.
Makes sense.
Conversely, low emotional intelligence has been empirically linked to increased rates of chronic anxiety, depression, heightened aggression, persistent social problems, even a general disinterest in personal growth. So it clearly shows that cultivating your emotional intelligence isn't just about feeling good.
Yeah.
It's about functioning effectively, thriving despite adversity, and achieving genuine well-being in the world.
So what this all means for you, the listener, is incredibly empowering, isn't it? Developing your EI isn't just a soft skill for a resume.
Not at all.
It's a robust, scientifically backed stress buffering mechanism. The more self-aware, the more emotionally adept you become, the more likely you are to use those positive, active coping methods that genuinely move you forward.
Exactly.
It really underscores the importance of actively seeking ways to strengthen your emotional intelligence, seeing it as like a core pillar of your resilience strategy.
A trainable skill, too. That's important.
Trainable, yeah. You can get better at it. Okay,
Yeah.
That's huge. Absolutely. And as we continue building this robust toolkit for managing stress, let's shift now to something incredibly powerful, yet honestly often overlooked. A tool for both immediate stress relief and building long-term resilience. We take it for granted all the time, but our breath. Our breath is an incredible immediate pathway to regulate our emotions and interrupt that stress cycle right in its tracks.
Always available.
Always available, always with you, free.
Exactly. And this is where the mechanics are truly fascinating. There's a direct, almost instantaneous link between conscious, intentional breathing and our nervous system.
Okay, how does that work?
Well, specific breathing exercises have this unique ability to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the PNS.
Parasympathetic, that's the calming one, right?
That's the calming one, your body's natural rest and digest response. When the PNS gets engaged, it acts like a brake on your body's alarm system, the fight or flight.
Puts the brakes on.
Puts the brakes on. It directly counteracts the effects of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. It systematically lowers your heart rate, reduces blood pressure, slows your respiration, and it redirects energy away from that emergency mode towards reparative and restorative processes like digestion, cellular repair. It literally allows your body to recover from the wear and tear of daily demands.
So you're consciously flipping a switch in your nervous system with your breath.
You are consciously influencing it, yes. And our deep dive into a systematic review, this looked at over 50 clinical studies on various breathing practices for stress and anxiety.
Wow, 50 studies.
Yeah, it revealed some really clear evidence-based guidelines for what actually makes these practices effective, which raises an important question, right? Given how many breathing techniques are out there.
Loads of them.
Loads. What did these rigorous studies find genuinely works to achieve these profound calming effects?
Okay, what did they find?
Well, first, and quite importantly, interventions that relied only on very fast breathing paces, like think rapid pranayama or hyperventilation at 30 breaths per minute. They were often found to be ineffective or even counterproductive for stress reduction.
Counterproductive.
Really? Yeah. Because the goal, when you're already stressed, isn't usually to energize or stimulate further, right? It's specifically to calm and settle the nervous system. So slow is generally better for calming.
Okay, slow it down. What else?
Second, duration matters significantly. The research indicated that sessions needed to be at least 5 minutes long to yield noticeable benefits.
5 minutes minimum.
Shorter sessions were generally found to be ineffective. So this emphasizes that even for a quick reset, you need to dedicate a little bit of focused, uninterrupted time. Let your nervous system actually adjust and downregulate.
Okay, 5 minutes isn't that long, really.
It's doable.
Yeah.
Third, the power of guidance. Human-guided training, whether it's live instruction or high-quality pre-recorded audio or video.
Like an app or a YouTube video.
Exactly. That was identified as a key component for effectiveness, especially during those initial sessions when you're just learning the technique. It suggests that structure, proper technique, gentle prompts, they're vital for learning and implementing these practices correctly and safely.
It helps you do it right.
Helps you do it right. And fourth, maybe the most crucial, consistency over intensity.
Insistence.
Multiple sessions and long-term practice, specifically defined as at least 6 sessions over 1 week or more, were found to be essential for achieving sustained benefits and building that lasting resilience.
So it's not a magic bullet.
Not a one-and-done solution, no. It's a practice that accumulates positive effects over time. It needs to become part of your routine.
Okay. Anything else interesting from the review?
Yeah, interestingly, the research also found that factors like the specific population studied, youth, healthy adults, clinical populations,
Right.
or the setting, like a quiet room versus a busy office, or whether it was group versus individual practice. None of that significantly affected the outcomes of effective breathing interventions.
Really?
Yeah. The core techniques and that consistent mindful practice, those were the elements that truly counted for reducing stress and anxiety across all these diverse contexts.
That's really useful to know. It means you can likely find something that works for you, regardless of your situation.
Precisely. It makes it accessible.
Okay, that's incredibly actionable information. So what does this all mean for you, practically speaking? How can you use this? Let's translate these powerful findings into a few techniques you can actually try, like right now,
Good idea.
to harness that immediate calming power of your breath and maybe start incorporating them into your day. First, let's talk about intentional breathing. This is a concept from mindful.org. You start by just observing your natural breath. Just notice where it flows, maybe in your upper chest, maybe your lower belly, maybe your sides. Don't try to change it yet, just watch it.
Just awareness first.
Awareness first. Then, gently try breathing deeply and fully, filling from the top down as you inhale, emptying from the bottom up as you exhale. Keep it smooth, continuous, no pausing.
Okay.
Now, here's the key part for activating that calming response, the PNS. Aim for a slower exhalation than your inhalation.
Longer exhale.
Longer exhale. For example, maybe inhale for a count of 4, hold briefly if you like, and then consciously exhale for a count of 6 or maybe even 8. And if you want, you can gently constrict your throat slightly, making a soft ocean sound as you exhale, almost like Darth Vader, but gentle.
The Darth Vader breath.
Right. That sound, it actually helps further activate that calming PNS response by stimulating the vagus nerve.
Interesting. Okay, what's next?
Next, there's diaphragmatic breathing, often just called belly breathing. This is fundamental.
The classic.
The classic. Sit comfortably or lie down. Put one hand on your chest, the other on your abdomen. Now, inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, maybe count to 10, focusing entirely on drawing that breath deep into your abdomen. Your chest hand should stay pretty still while your belly hand rises.
Feel the belly expand.
Feel the belly expand. Then exhale slowly through your nose, matching that 10 count as your belly gently falls back in. Even just one session of this deep, slow breathing has been shown to immediately reduce blood pressure and heart rate. Instant calm.
Powerful and simple.
Very. Then we have the 4-7-8 breath. This one was popularized by Dr. Andrew Weil, rooted in yogic breathing.
Ah, yes. 4-7-8.
Yeah. It's specifically designed for inducing sleep and deep relaxation. Simple, but really effective. Here's how. Place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth. Keep it there the whole time.
Okay. Tongue position matters.
It does. Now exhale completely through your mouth with a distinct whoosh sound. Empty the lungs.
Whoosh.
Whoosh. Then close your mouth Inhale quietly through your nose to a silent count of 4.
Inhale 4.
Hold your breath for a count of 7.
Hold 7.
Finally, exhale completely through your mouth again, making that audible whoosh sound for a count of 8.
Exhale 8.
Whoosh. Exactly. That whole cycle, inhale 4, hold 7, exhale 8 is one breath. Repeat that cycle at least 3 more times. You should feel this profound wave-like calming effect wash over you.
Great for winding down.
Definitely. And finally, maybe consider the stress breath, sometimes called fog the mirror breath. This one's simple and audible, so it's easy to gauge if you're doing it. Hold your hand maybe 6 inches in front of your mouth like it's a mirror. Exhale slowly, continuously, with a long ha sound like you're fogging the mirror. Ah-ha. Now, do the same thing, but after about 2 seconds of that ha sound, gently close your mouth and keep pushing the rest of the air out through your nose, maintaining that same audible sound in the back of your throat.
Okay, so it regulates the exhale.
Exactly, makes it slow and controlled.
Oh.
You can even practice making that soft, almost constricting sound as you inhale, too. A gentle sound from the back of your throat, like a quieter Darth Vader. It helps regulate the breath, provides a steady rhythm, keeps your focus inward.
Lots of options there.
Yeah, find one that resonates with you.
That's a fantastic practical guide, really clear techniques. And just to add a nuance for our listeners, this raises an important question. Are some breathing techniques maybe more challenging? Might they require more specific, perhaps in-person guidance?
Good point.
And yes, absolutely. Highly technical practices think things like alternate nostril breathing or complex pranayama sequences. They may indeed require more extensive human-guided training over multiple sessions, especially for beginners who are totally new to breathwork. Our research review actually highlighted that even a single guided session of alternate nostril breathing didn't always work for stress reduction in yoga-naive participants.
Oh, and
However, when those same practices were taught properly over a minimum of 4 sessions, they then became demonstrably effective even for beginners.
so the learning curve matters for some techniques.
It does. It underscores the value of structured learning for the more complex stuff.
Yeah.
But conversely, exceedingly simple practices like just consciously adopting slightly slower than normal paces, say aiming for maybe 8 to 10 breaths per minute.
Just breathing a bit slower.
Just breathing a bit slower, yeah. Those are much more accessible and can still provide significant measurable benefits for people new to breathwork, even without extensive training.
So don't be intimidated if some seem complicated. Start simple.
Exactly. The key, as always, is to find what works comfortably and effectively for you, and then be consistent in applying it.
That distinction is incredibly helpful. So while breathwork is undeniably powerful, offers immediate benefits, our sources really emphasize that a truly holistic approach, for lasting peace from stress, means integrating several other vital lifestyle factors.
Yes. Yeah, it's not just one thing.
It's not just one thing. It's about building this comprehensive, robust foundation that supports your overall well-being rather than just relying on a single tool, however good it is.
Exactly. First, and critically important for both mental and physical restoration, is sleep.
Sleep, the holy grail.
It really is. And this raises that important question for you, the listener. Are you genuinely getting enough high-quality sleep each night? The scientific consensus points towards aiming for 7 to 8 hours of consistent restorative sleep for most adults.
7 to 8, consistent.
Consistent is key. The link between stress and sleep, it's complex, it's cyclical. Acute stress messes with sleep patterns, harder to fall asleep, stay asleep. And then insufficient sleep, in turn, significantly amplifies your perceived stress levels and just tanks your coping capacity.
Makes everything feel harder.
Everything feels harder. Chronic stress can exacerbate clinical insomnia, lead to restless sleep, more nightmares, even physical stuff like teeth grinding or jaw clenching at night. So to maximize your sleep, we highly recommend unplugging. Turn off all the screens, computers, phones, TVs at least an hour before bed. Let your mind wind down.
The dreaded screen time before bed.
It makes a difference. Consider using those smartphone features that reduce blue light in the evenings too. Blue light inhibits melatonin production, which you need for sleep. Small changes, big impact.
Okay. Prioritize sleep hygiene. Got it. What's next?
Next, absolutely vital. Mind what you eat and drink plenty of water.
Fueling the system.
Fueling the system right. A balanced, nutrient-rich diet does wonders for your overall health and your state of mind. Eating wholesome foods, avocados, eggs, lean meats, nuts, antioxidant-rich blueberries. These can significantly improve brain function, help regulate moods by stabilizing blood sugar, support restful sleep, maintain consistent energy,
Avoid the crashes.
avoid the crashes. Conversely, those highly processed, fried, sugary foods, they cause rapid blood sugar spikes and then crashes, which directly mimic and increase feelings of anxiety and stress in the body.
Feels like anxiety, but it's the sugar crash.
Often, yeah. And hydration is paramount. Shockingly, estimates suggest maybe 75% of people in the U.S. are chronically dehydrated.
75%, wow.
Yeah. A good rule of thumb, though it varies, is aim to drink about half your body weight in ounces of water daily.
Okay.
And it's important to note, when you are stressed, your body might increase hormones that make you crave those unhealthy comfort foods. It's a self-soothing attempt.
Ah, the stress craving.
Exactly. So being mindful and consciously striving for healthy, nourishing options whenever possible becomes even more crucial then.
Okay, sleep, nutrition, hydration, what else?
Then there's developing body awareness through progressive muscle relaxation, or PMR.
PMR, how does that work?
This practice is incredibly effective because it helps you become deeply in tune with your body's subtle signals of tension, which are often precursors to full-blown stress.
Catch it early.
Catch it early. The technique involves systematically inhaling and tensing specific muscle groups, one at a time, for maybe 4 to 10 seconds. This really sharpens your awareness of what tension feels like.
Okay.
Then, you completely exhale and consciously relax that specific muscle group. And you keenly observe, truly feel, the profound difference between the tension and the relaxation.
Ah, the contrast.
The contrast is key. You typically start with your feet, move up to calves, thighs, abdomen, arms, work your way up the whole body, segment by segment. This deep relaxation technique helps relieve that physical tension that builds up with stress, actively controls feelings of stress and anxiety, significantly aids falling asleep, and can even reduce some types of chronic pain. By practicing PMR, you just get much better at identifying those early signs of stress in your body before they get overwhelming. Allows for earlier intervention.
Tuning into the body. Makes sense.
Absolutely. And beyond specific breathing exercises, broader mindfulness meditation practices are incredibly powerful for cultivating inner resilience.
Mindfulness, yeah. It's everywhere now.
It is, for good reason. Mindfulness is that basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where you are, what you're doing, and critically, not be overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around you or inside you.
Okay.
It gently but profoundly builds inner strength and emotional regulation. So future stressors just have significantly less impact on your happiness and physical well-being.
How does it work, though, on a deeper level?
Well, mindfulness helps you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions. It allows you to observe them without immediately reacting or taking them as absolute truth.
Yeah.
You create a bit of space.
The observer self.
Exactly. It switches your mind from that constant doing mode, which fuels the stress response, to a being mode, which is naturally associated with relaxation and acceptance. It increases awareness of your body's needs, noticing discomfort or fatigue earlier. As your emotional intelligence rises through mindfulness, you're less likely to fall into conflict or misinterpret things. It also profoundly increases compassion for yourself and others.
Self-compassion is huge.
Huge. And notably, research shows it even reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's stress response center. Plus, it improves focus, attention, leading to more efficient work, fewer mistakes, greater well-being overall, which inherently reduces stress.
Lots of benefits there.
Definitely. Now, what's truly fascinating here, and often dismissed as just childish,
Oh, what is it?
is something our sources strongly advocate for: play.
Play. Like actual play.
Actual play. Consciously engaging in an activity with absolutely no purpose, no rigid plan, no specific aim or desired outcome beyond the sheer enjoyment of it.
No goal.
No goal. Whether it's wandering streets aimlessly just to see what you see, a spontaneous game of cards, going bowling just for fun, reading a novel purely for pleasure,
Getting lost in it.
getting lost in it. These activities bring unexpected surprises, moments of delight. They can genuinely exhilarate and refresh you. They serve as a vital circuit breaker from that cycle of constant productivity and pressure.
I like that. Permission to play.
Essential permission.
Yeah.
Finally, the sources emphasize the profound importance of fostering genuine human connection and looking to nature.
Connection to nature. Okay.
Our greatest human need, really, after food and shelter, is to connect with other people in a positive, meaningful way. Being 100% present for another person, really listening, engaging without distraction, or actively practicing compassion, altruism, helping others, that actually increases your own well-being tremendously. It fills a fundamental need.
Connection is key.
And don't underestimate the simple yet profound act of just looking at something green. If your sightlines are constantly filled with brick, concrete screens, intentionally spending time where things are growing, swaying in the wind, glistening in the sun.
Getting outside. Getting outside. It can profoundly slow you down, give you much-needed perspective on your stressors, and deeply reduce feelings of overwhelm. It reminds you of the larger natural rhythms of life beyond your immediate pressures.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so true. So what does this all mean then when we kind of connect all these dots, all these strategies from the targeted breath work we talk about to consciously nurturing your emotional intelligence, prioritizing sleep and nutrition, embracing progressive muscle relaxation, mindfulness, even the simple, refreshing joy of unstructured play, and connecting with others in nature? They aren't just isolated techniques, are they?
Not at all. Weave together.
They weave together to create this robust, resilient personal ecosystem that can truly manage stress from multiple angles.
Yeah.
It fundamentally shifts your core response to life's inevitable challenges.
Yeah, changing the response.
Changing the response.
Yeah.
Turning them from overwhelming threats into maybe opportunities for growth and deeper self-awareness. It's about empowering you, the listener, to find not just temporary relief, but truly lasting peace.
Lasting peace. That's the aim.
Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive into identifying and managing your stress triggers, let's just bring it all together. Remember these key lessons, key takeaways for your unique path to lasting peace.
Bit of recap.
First, really understand that stress is a powerful physiological reality. It has profound systemic impacts on your body, your mind. So understanding and precisely identifying your specific triggers, that's the absolutely paramount first step. You have to know what you're dealing with.
Know your enemy, so to speak.
Exactly. Second, actively leverage and cultivate your emotional intelligence, that powerful internal resource. It empowers you with adaptive, proactive coping strategies. It lets you transform challenges into opportunities for growth, for true self-mastery.
Build that inner strength.
Build that inner strength.
Yeah.
Third, master intentional breathing. It's direct, it's immediate, it's always available. A pathway to calming your nervous system, restoring balance. It's your quick, powerful reset whenever stress starts to build.
Your portable tool. Your portable tool. And finally, embrace a truly holistic approach to your well-being. Prioritize that sleep for rest and cognitive function. Nourish your body with good nutrition. Stay hydrated. And consciously integrate practices like PMR, mindfulness meditation, even the simple, refreshing, unstructured joy of play into your daily life. Build that enduring resilience from the inside out.
It's a whole person approach.
Yeah.
And that really raises, I think, an important lingering question for you to consider long after this deep dive concludes.
Yeah.
If understanding and actively engaging with these evidence-based tools can fundamentally transform your personal relationship with stress, what other aspects of your daily life might be profoundly transformed by this kind of intentional, consistent self-care?
Interesting question.
Think about how these strategies, once they become deeply ingrained habits, could ripple out. Not just improving your individual peace and well-being, but also positively influencing the well-being of those around you in your personal relationships, your professional spheres. The potential for positive change is truly immense, isn't it?
That's a powerful thought to leave everyone with, the ripple effect. We genuinely encourage you, listening right now, to experiment with these practices. You don't have to do everything at once.
Start small.
Start small. Pick one technique, one area to focus on. Be consistent and truly observe the profound shifts they can bring to your daily experience, to your mindset, to your overall sense of calm, your journey to lasting peace. It's a deep dive absolutely worth taking, and one we know you are more than capable of navigating.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay well informed and keep exploring.